Hey learners, welcome back to e-learning session of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. This lecture is for the 5th semester for subject Indian Economy. So, we were dealing with the last aspect under our third unit, that is unemployment. So, under unemployment, we have seen the meaning and the definition of unemployment, then we have seen the causes of unemployment. In today's lecture, we are going to see the effects of unemployment and the control measures for unemployment. So let's begin with the effects of unemployment. So first one over here is waste of resources. See, human being can be a productive asset for a country because it can make contribution in the economic growth and the development of a country. If the human resource gets the proper opportunity, so they can make their contribution in the economic growth and the development of the country. But when we talk about the scenario of unemployment, so human resources do not get opportunities to work and therefore they go west. Okay, there is underutilization of human resources in the nation due to the situation of unemployment, and that is why the productive resources cannot be utilized in the optimum manner. They just keep going west due to the lack of opportunity, due to the lack of other resources, and in this way, due to the unemployment situation, there is loss of human resource in the economy. The second one is increase in poverty. See, when we talk about the poverty, so in next lecture, in our last lecture as well, we have seen that unemployment and poverty goes hand in hand. When a person is unemployed, so they do not have sufficient money to meet with their basic requirements of food, shelter and houses. So they do not think about the education. They consider the education as their secondary need. So in that case, they do not give much importance to the education, and therefore they do not get the employment. And when the person is unemployed, so they do not have money, so in turn they turn out to be poor. So when we talk about the unemployment, so due to unemployment, the person do not have sufficient resources to cope up with their basic needs like food, shelter and houses, because of which they are forced to live in very poor standard of living. They are forced to live in very grave or the miserable situation, and the situation is poverty, whereby a person has to survive in very poor standard of living, as due to unemployment the person is not having sufficient resources to cope up with the basic requirements of a life. So due to unemployment there is increase in poverty in the economy. The next one is political instability. See, when the jobs are not being created in the country, so now what the people will do, especially when we talk about the educated people, so they start blaming the government for their state of unemployment. They start blaming the government that they are not creating the jobs, they are not giving the opportunities to the youths, and therefore they are unemployed. So in this way they lose their faith in the democracy, they lose their faith in the prevailing government, and due to which a kind of political instability gets created in the nation, in the economy. So unemployment situation also leads to the political instability in the country, because the people start losing their faith in the present government. They start thinking that the government is not taking appropriate measures for solving the problem of unemployment. They start thinking that they are not getting opportunity to showcase their potential, to showcase their talent, and therefore they start losing faith or trust on the government and the democracy, and in this way they are indulged in antisocial activities, which creates the political instability in the economy. The next one over here is exploitation of labor. See, when a person is not employed, when a person is not getting full-time employment, so they are actually forced to work on very low wages. They are forced to work for the long duration. Means long duration means they are forced to work for the 12 hours or 13 hours a day at very low rates. So when the supply of labor is more and they are not getting the employment opportunities, so they are forced to be they're forced to do work at very low rates of wages. They're forced to accept the terms and conditions which are being laid down by the employer. So in such situation they are exploited. So when there is unemployment in the economy, so the concept of exploitation of labor comes into existence, because as the supply of labor is more as compared to their demand, so the employer takes the situation advantage of this situation, and they start exploiting the laborers. They offer them very low wage rate. They make them to work for the extra hours, that too at very low wage rate. So in the scenario of unemployment, the concept of exploitation of labor also starts getting developed. The next one is growth of informal sector. See, when the as we have discussed in last lecture, that in India, major chunk of population depends upon unorganized sector for their survival. So informal sector is basically an unorganized sector. When the people are not getting the employment opportunity in organized sector, when they are not getting the job which suits their qualification or potential in the organized sector, so they are forced to work in informal sector or unorganized sector. Like if the people are when we have seen that when we talk about the rural areas, so many people are there who are dependent upon the agriculture for their survival, and we have also discussed that agriculture is seasonal in nature. So in off season, when they are not having any employment opportunities with them, so they are just forced to migrate from rural areas to urban areas, and after coming in urban areas, when they do not get any employment opportunities in industries or the tertiary sector, so in that case they are forced to work in informal sector. Like they are forced to work in as a security in some cooperative houses. They are forced to be the hawker. They're forced to be hawker and all these things. So when it happens, so it leads to the growth of informal sector in the economy. Next one is high dependency ratio. See, generally the children and the old age people are dependent on the young population for their survival. When we talk about the children up to age of the 15 or 16 years, so they do not work on their own. They are generally dependent on their parents for meeting up with their financial needs. Okay, and when we talk about the old people who are above the age of 60 or who are generally above the age of 60 to 62 years, they are also dependent on others for their survival. In case they are not having any pension or they have not invested in any social security schemes, so in that case they are generally dependent upon the others for their survival. And in addition to this, if there is unemployment in the country or unemployment situation in the economy, so what happens? The unemployed people who belongs to the working age or who belongs to the young population, if they are not getting the employment opportunity, so they also depend upon the people who are earning, and due to this the dependency ratio in the economy increases, because of which most of the portion of the income goes for the consumption purpose, and the very less portion or very negligible portion of income can be utilized for the saving or the investment purpose, which also leads to the low capital formation in the economy. So unemployment increases the dependency ratio in the economy. The next one is industrial disputes. See, when the aggregate demand decreases in the economy, when there is unemployment, the people would not be having purchasing power. When people would not be having purchasing power, they will not make more demand. When there will be no demand for the commodity, so production of the particular commodity needs to be reduced. And when the production of particular commodity needs to be reduced, so the labor for the production, labor which used to be required for the production of that particular commodity also needs to be reduced. If the labor would not be reduced, so the cost of production will increase. So therefore the employer is forced to reduce the labor force which were being utilized for the production purpose. So when the employer has to reduce the labor force which were earlier being used in the production process, so in that case the trade unions or the laborers take stand for themselves. They do not want to leave the job. They feel that they are being forced by their employer to leave the job, or they are being retrenched by their employers. So in such case the disputes gets created between the employee and employers, which creates the industrial disputes, and it affects the productivity and also leads to the wastage of resources. So industrial dispute is one of the effects of unemployment. The next one is burden of debt increases. See, when we talk about the rural areas, so there most of the farmers are marginal farmers or the landless laborers. So when there is no work in the agricultural sector, or when there is loss in the agricultural sector to the marginal farmers, in that case they are forced to borrow money from the unauthorized lender or the sahukars in the rural areas, which creates the burden of debt on them. And when they are not able to repay that debt, when they do not repay that debt, so the burden of debt plus interest goes on increasing on them, and it starts getting piled up, and in this way the burden of debt increases on those poor people, and sometimes it also results in the creation of bounded laborers. When they cannot repay their debt, so they are forced to become the bounded laborers. So in this way the unemployment also leads to the burden of increasing debts. The last one is social effects. Now, what's going to be the social effects of employment? See, when the people will not get employment, but we need money for the sake of survival, so in that case they will try to earn money by getting indulged into antisocial activities, which will create unrest in the society, which will create the those who are not getting employment, they will try to earn money by getting indulged in the antisocial activities like robbery, theft and other criminal activities. So which will create unrest in the society, and which will increase the antisocial elements in the society. So this way the unemployment is also socially not desirable. So these are the various effects of unemployment in the economy. Now we will see the control measures of unemployment. So when there is a problem, so there are certain solutions also exist, or when there are no solutions, so one has to find the solution or create the solution. So in that way we have some control measures for removing the problem of unemployment. So first one over here is population control. See, when we talk about the major problems of Indian economy, so population is one of them. As of now, we are having almost the population of 139 crore people, and we are the second largest populated country in the world. And in coming years, we are expected to surpass the China as well, which is the first largest populated country in the world. So, as our population is increasing at more rapid speed than the growth of our resources, so therefore those resources are not sufficient to cope up the requirements of the increasing population, and therefore we are facing the problems like unemployment. So in that case, for solving the problem of unemployment, we need to control the growth of population by adopting various measures like family planning program and the proper implementation of family planning program. The next one is reforms in education system. We have discussed in our previous lectures as well. When we talk about the quality of education in India, so any Indian institution except some IITs and IIM no institution comes under the top 500 at global level. So from this figure we can estimate or we can assume where we stand in terms of education. Actually, when we talk about the Indian education system, so it is mainly focused on providing the education which actually just gives the degrees. It does not focus on giving the vocational training. It doesn't focus on the knowledge oriented education. It doesn't focus on the job oriented or the skill oriented education system. So in that way, for increasing the employment opportunities for the people of India, for increasing the uh, uh, for making the person able to enter into job market once the education is completed, we need to bring some reforms in education sector. We just need to focus on the vocational education. We just need to focus on the job oriented or skill oriented education system. In this way, to solve the problem of unemployment, we need to bring some reforms in the education system in India. The next one is promotion of cottage and small scale industry. See, when we talk about the promotion of cottage and small scale industry, so it is basically run at the small scale, and therefore they do not have ample amount of capital. So they will generally adopt the labor intensive technique, and therefore they are having more potential to provide employment to the people, to provide employment opportunities to the population. So promotion should be given to the cottage and the small scale industry. And one more benefit of this cottage and small scale industry is that if it is being set up in the rural areas, so the rural population, which is generally depend upon the agriculture for their survival as the primary source of occupation, they will also get employment opportunity in the another sector like cottage and small scale industry. So the problem of seasonal unemployment can also be reduced up to certain extent. So in this way, promotion of cottage and small scale industry can help to reduce the problem of unemployment. The next one over here is use of labor intensive techniques. See, when we talk about the developed countries who are using the capital intensive techniques, so we see that they are not having the problem of increasing population. They do not have the problem of wastage of human resources because they have already controlled their population. They are not facing the problem of population explosion, so they can go for the capital intensive techniques of production. But when we talk about the developing economy like India, where the population is increasing at the rapid rate, the growth of population is being occurred at the rapid rate. So in such countries, more focus should be given to the labor intensive techniques of production, so that more and more human resource can be utilized for the productive purposes, so that the productivity in the economy can be increased. So in this way, labor intensive technique of production should be given promotion. The next one is self-employment schemes. See, when we talk about the problem of unemployment, so if the person starts doing business or person starts doing some a small scale business, so the problem of unemployment can be solved up to certain extent. And if a person is doing business, so he also he might also be able to provide employment opportunities to others. So if the employment problem needs to be reduced in the economy, so providing funds for the self-employment schemes, and along with the funds, promotion of self-employment skills by self-employment schemes can be one of the solution to remove the problem of unemployment in the economy. The next one is diversification of agriculture. See, even though India is an agrarian economy, still when we see, so agriculture in India is basically done in the traditional manner. Traditional methods of agriculture are still being used in the India up to large extent. Even when we see, so most of the farmers are still focusing on growing crops only. So if the productivity needs to be increased in this sector, so some diversification is needed. Like there should be shift from crops to horticulture, floriculture, etc., which can utilize more labor and can yield high income. So in this way, employment opportunity can be created in the economy and the productivity can be increased. So diversity, and for this purpose, government should also provide some incentive or subsidies to the farmers so that the farmers can be promoted or encouraged for diversification in agriculture. So in this way, diversification in agriculture can help to control unemployment problem up to certain extent. The next one is more importance to employment programs. See, when the budgets are being made, so there should be allocation of expenditure on those resources which can, or on those revenues, or there should be allocation of resources for those avenues which can create more and more employment opportunity. If in budget more allocation is being made for the infrastructural development, for irrigation, for power projects, so these are the projects which have capacity or which have potential to create more and more employment opportunities. So while allocation of resources in budget, more focus should be given to those avenues which can create more and more employment opportunities. So in this way, more importance can be given to the employment programs. So this way, these are certain measures which can help to control the problem of unemployment in the economy. So today we have seen the effects of unemployment and the control measures for unemployment. In our next lecture, we are going to see some government initiatives for removing the problem of unemployment, and then we will be done with our third unit. So I hope that you are watching the video lectures which are being uploaded on the YouTube, because exam may be announced at any time. So you should be prepared for giving your examination. So keep studying, keep watching the video lectures. Thank you.